Hi guys, welcome to another weekly review, and this time I'm going to try something a little bit different. Since my last weekly review got so damn long, I'm going to be doing things a bit different now. I'm going to be shooting my reviews right after I've seen the movie, and then at the end of the week I'm going to cut it all together to one video and post that to YouTube. So hopefully we will not be having another 30-minute long video. So fingers crossed for that, and let's get into the reviews for this week. First movie I saw was Trouble with the Curve, starring Clint Eastwood, Amy Adams and Justin Timberlake. Now, as you probably can see, I've actually rented this movie. My local rental store here has a promotion every Monday where you can go in, pick up any movie you want to rent and rent it for free. Great promotion, and something I'm definitely going to be taking part of over the coming weeks. So anyway, back to the movie. This one was really, really good. It's a sort of a father-daughter relationship drama here, where Clint Eastwood plays an aging baseball talent scout, sort of on his way to retirement. He's sort of down on his luck, and Amy Adams plays his daughter, which is a lawyer, very career driven, but they have an estranged relationship, and the movie is pretty much about them sort of trying to find their way back towards one another. And I thought it was really good. There is also a bit of a love story here between Amy Adams and Justin Timberlake's character, who plays a young talent scout, who is just starting out in business. So, Trouble with the Curve, really good film. I was actually surprised of how much I enjoyed this film. So, really good. I give it a strong 4 out of 5. The second movie I saw this week was Cahill United States Marshal, starring John Wayne and directed by Andrew V. McLaglen. Now, this is a movie I got in the mail this past week, and I was really wanting to see this, so I popped it into the DVD player the other day here and expected a good Western, and I sort of got a good Western here. It's not by any means John Wayne's best Western. It's certainly not up there with Stagecoach, Rio Bravo, Searchers, but it was sort of enjoyable. I mean, John Wayne does a decent job here in the lead as this U.S. Marshal. And the movie is sort of about him going after some bank robbers. The twist here being his two sons are sort of involved in this bank robbery. I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but that's sort of the premise of the movie. But and I don't know. I did sort of enjoy this. It got some fun moments here, but it sort of drags out a bit in the middle there. Also, I didn't really like the kids, the two who plays John Wayne's kids here. They are sort of annoying, but for the most part, this was an enjoyable movie, and yeah, it's a decent western. So I give this a 3 out of 5. The third movie I watched this past week was They Drive By Night, starring George Raft, Ann Sheridan, Ida Lupino, and Humphrey Bogart. As you know, I'm quite a fan of Humphrey Bogart pictures. This one is from 1940s and directed by Raoul Walsh. And this one is a good, really good film noir. I really enjoy this. Humphrey Bogart, George Raft plays brothers who are in the trucking business, and they sort of trying to start out as independent truckers, and yeah, they had some tough times, and then they get into an accident. Humphrey Bogart's character loses his right arm, and George Raft is forced to take employment at a trucking company, where he gets in the clutches of the boss's wife, who is played by Ida Lupino, who has sort of a love interest to George Raft's character. However, George Raft's character isn't interested in the least in Ida Lupino. So that's the story of this, and I really enjoyed this. It had some down moments, slow moments from a little here and there during the movie, but for the most part, this was really enjoyable. So, The Drive By Night, a 4 out of 5, and also final here. Check out Ida Lupino at the end. She does a tremendous job in this movie. So really good there. Also Humphrey Bogart, as always, really good. So Drive By Night, 4 out of 5. The fourth title I saw this past week was in the cinema, and I watched Kick-Ass 2, and this was a movie I have been really looking forward to seeing for a long time, and yeah, I was kind of disappointed at this film. Not as good as the first Kick-Ass movie. There was just a bunch of problems with this, in my opinion. Violence had been really toned down from the first movie, even though this is still rated R. And the language has also been toned down. I mean, Hit Girl cursed a hell of a lot in the first movie. Not so much in this one. And also Hit Girl's character here, even though she is pretty much the central character in this one, she is not really Hit Girl. It's that it is in the focus here. So yeah, quite a lot of problems with this film. Also, it isn't as much fun to watch as the first Kick-Ass movie. So really a letdown. And I would give Kick-Ass 2 a 2 out of 5. The fifth movie I saw this past week was The Bad and the Beautiful. This one is from 1952, starring Lana Turner, Kirk Douglas, Walter Pidgeon, and Dick Powell. Directed by Vincent Minnelli. This was a great film. It's a story pretty much about the life behind the camera in 1940s, 50s Hollywood, and it's a really good film. The story is about Kirk Douglas' character here is a producer named Jonathan Shields. Is really a character that's sort of willing to walk over dead bodies to get what he wants. And the movie is told from the point of view of three characters. The first one is of a director, played by Barry Sullivan, who is in the beginning here a struggling director who is hoping to become one of the great names in the business. The second one story is from the point of view of the actress Lana Turner, and the third one is from the point of view of a writer played by Dick Powell. And these all three characters, they get risen to stardom with the help of Kirk Douglas' character. However, in the process, he pretty much destroys them as people. So it's a really interesting film. This, and Kirk Douglas is great. Lana Turner is also great, and pretty much the entire cast is great in this picture. This is a really good film. It's on pretty much on the same level as Sunset Boulevard. So really good. This one gets a 4 out of 5. And the sixth movie I saw this past week was from the special features of The Bad and Beautiful, and it's an hour and a half documentary about Lana Turner called Lana Turner, A Daughter's Memoir. And this was a really good documentary. I love documentaries, especially movies that is about the movie industry, about actors and actresses, and this was really good. My only concern with this film is that I really would have liked to see more interviews with her co-stars. There are pretty much just two interviewed in this documentary, one being Kirk Douglas and the other one I have forgotten the name of. But there are a bunch of people here that interviewed that has been really close to Lana Turner, personal. The first, the number one here being her daughter, who's really open and really honest about the life of her mother. So that was a really good documentary. If you are interested in documentaries about movies, actors and actresses, definitely check out this documentary. And I give it a 3 out of 5. So, the seventh movie I watched this past week was Clash of the Titans, the original from 1981. This was a pretty good movie. Really enjoyable. Compared to the newer version from a few years ago, the newer version is a bit is more action packed, but this one was still enjoyable. It's got a pretty good story, great actors, especially the Gods of Olympus. There we got Laurence Olivier, Maggie Smith, Claire Bloom, some great actors there. Harry Hamlin as Perseus is okay. It's not any Oscar-worthy performance, but pretty good. However, the main thing that made this film enjoyable is the practical special effects created by Ray Harryhausen. Ray Harryhausen is one of the big names in special effects. And this is the first movie I've ever seen where he has done the special effects, and there is some pretty good practical special effects in this one. So if you like practical special effects, I will definitely say check out Clash of the Titans. This one gets a 3 out of 5 for me. So the eighth and final movie I watched over the last week was Red 2, and this was a good film. Unlike Kick-Ass 2, which I said was sort of lacking the same feel as the first movie, Red 2 on the other hand does have the same great feeling as the first movie had. It's a lot of fun, not as quite as much fun as the first movie. It's lacking a bit in the story department, but otherwise it's great to see Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, and all the others. Helen Mirren is fantastic in this film. She is absolutely great. And you can also see, as with the first movie, you can see that the actors here they really enjoy themselves in this movie. They have a lot of fun. So Red 2, highly recommend it. I would give it a strong 3 out of 5. So there you have all the movies I have watched over the past week. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment or two down below, or click the little thumb to give it a thumbs up. So until my next video, bye bye.